I'm Irma Garza. You're watching the City of Harlingen's YouTube channel. Today we are speaking to Mr. Noel Smith, one of the inspectors with the Harlingen Fire Marshal's Office. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. Thanks for inviting us to be a part of the series, and hopefully we'll give some good information today that the citizens can use.
And keep them safe.
Absolutely.
That's you all's name of the game. No, we're getting ready for the holidays, and there's some things that we need to take into consideration as we start pulling out our stuff and start decorating.
Absolutely. I'm just like everybody else. It's that time of year. We love to decorate our houses for the holiday season. And so, but as we're pulling things out, we got to make sure that we're as we decorate, we do things safely.
What are some of the most common mistakes that you all see?
There's several. I guess the first one I would talk about is going to be when it comes to our outside lighting and our decorating. We want to make sure we're using the correct lights. We're making sure we're using, and we're checking our lights, and we're using our proper extension cords as we're doing that. And so, so the first thing is that if you're going to be choosing lights outside, when you go to the store to buy them, they'll indicate on the box, right here on the bottom, indicates here on this one that they're for indoor and outdoor use. And so if you're getting your lights for your outside, you want to make sure they're rated to be outside. And so always look on the box to make sure that they can be used outside. And then also as we're decorating outside, especially if you're going to hang them on your house, a lot of times we see in movies people decorate with all beautiful lights. A lot of times they want to use nail guns or something to attach lights to the house, but those things can actually damage the electrical cords. And so an option out there is we have these clips that you can use. You can buy them at the store. They slide up under your tiles and you can clip the lights into it. That way you're not having to put something into your house in order to that could possibly damage your house, but also more importantly, you're not going to damage the cord for your extension cord or for your lights that could end up causing a fire.
Okay. And you mentioned cords. Now,
Yes.
if they're frayed,
Yes.
should we just throw them away?
Yes, and so we got this one here. We see it's frayed. It can be from overuse. And so if you come across some lights and the bulbs are loose or you're starting to see wires, it's best just to throw them away because, again, those are things that can lead to a fire.
Okay. And what do you recommend? I mean, nowadays, the more lights, the better.
Right.
But it's not recommended that we put them all on one extension cord.
That is correct. And so we want to make sure we're using multiple extension cords that we can actually use with a surge protector. Because again, in case there's some kind of electrical emergency, the surge protectors are made in order to cut power to the electricity. So that way we can protect it from starting a fire. And also there with your extension cords, just how they rate lights to be outside, there are certain extension cords that are rated to be outside. So you want to make sure you're using exterior extension cords.
So something like this would not be for outdoor?
No, ma'am. That would be something that you maybe use inside.
So you've got some candles here.
Yes, everybody loves candles at Christmas time.
They smell good. They make the
do.
house smell good.
Because in my house, we don't have a real Christmas tree, and so the best way to get that smell of a Christmas tree is getting a candle that smells just like pine. And so, but when it comes with candles, you got to be safe because actually a third of the fires, or actually over a third of the fires that happen during the holidays, are due to candles. And so we make sure that we're safe with our candles. So if we're going to use candles, we want to make sure they're attended at all times. And so if you're going to leave the house, make sure you blow it out. When you light a candle, you don't want to make sure what's around the candle. You don't want it to be around any kind of decorations. You don't want it to be around a Christmas tree. Or anything else that could cause combustion that could start a fire.
Okay. When it comes to Christmas trees,
Yes.
what advice do you have?
And
Where do I start?
Where do I start? So with Christmas trees, the biggest thing, it starts from just picking the correct Christmas tree. And so you want to make sure you choose the right one. Because just remember, as soon as the tree is cut from the forest, it starts dying. And so you have to do it. So it's dead as you get it. So you need to make sure that you're taking proper precautions with it. So but the biggest one there is you want to make sure it's in water at all times. And same thing as we were talking about Christmas lights, with them being frayed earlier, you want to make sure that those are the lights that do not make it into your Christmas tree, especially if it's real, because again, those lights, that little bit of spark that could come from those cords could cause a fire.
No,
Yes.
what about the Christmas presents? We take the time to wrap them and then we just stuff everything under the Christmas tree. Do we need to be worried about the lights there too?
maybe not so much the lights there, but you do want to be careful of the surroundings. So especially if you have a real Christmas tree, you want to leave room around the presents to where you can get easy access to get under to water it. A lot of times we will have things like surge protectors and other extension cords under the tree. We want to make sure as we're putting our presents under there, we're not getting anywhere around an electrical source that could be a cause of a fire.
Very good. Anything else that you also have a timer.
Yeah, I have a timer here. I bought this one today because, again, if you think about, as you have Christmas lights outside, you want to make sure that you have, just like how you have candles that you don't want to leave unattended. Same thing with your lights. You don't want to leave them going all night. It's still preferably, even with those, not to have them on while you're not at home. But they do make timers that you can plug in your extension cord or your source protector into. That way it'll run for a certain period of time and then cut off. But just like our extension cord and our lights, they do make ones for indoor and outdoor. So this particular model here is only for the indoors.
Something I didn't ask you, we were talking about outdoors. Can we connect you have the inflatables, and then you have your lights, and then you might have a nativity scene that lights up. Can we put all those together, or?
It's best not to. You want to try to keep Christmas lights with Christmas lights, inflatables with inflatables, but it's always safe if you're not sure. Go back to manufacturer recommendations. Read the information that comes with the lights. If you can go to their websites and look things up, and they'll actually tell you, because that's what I was thinking about earlier, is how many strands of lights can we connect. And the information I got is check with the manufacturer, and so always go with the manufacturer.
Very good. Anything else that you want to add?
Nothing I can think of at this time. It's just, it's the holidays. Be safe. There's nothing worse than having some kind of incident at this time of the year. And so, like I say, it's just, always don't take chances, and always keep safety at the forefront.
All right. And if people want more information, obviously they can call the fire marshal's office, or they can check the website.
Yes, and a good website that we got a lot of our information from is from the National Fire Protection Association. It's nfpa.org. If you go there, you can just go to public education, and you can pull up all this information and a whole lot more information when it comes to safety during the holidays.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Garza.
And thank you for watching the City of Harlingen's YouTube channel. I'm Irma Garza.